We have a great show, great lineup. So there's me, and there'll be Mary Renee and Jeremy Ricci, two of the funniest people I know. So I'm here to be the lube for the real talent. It's hot. I'm just gonna acknowledge this right now. It's hot. Like, I can't walk outside without literally cooking, okay? I've gotten to the point where I don't worry about smelling like BO anymore because I always smell like brisket. This is exactly what I thought my life was gonna be like too. 25 years ago, I wrote in the back of my yearbook, I was like, when I'm 42, I wanna be a college student while I'm raising teenagers and doing stand-up comedy to avoid dealing with my childhood trauma. It's all good though, it's all good. My kids are on vacation right now, which I feel like is a monumentally unfair statement. My kids are on vacation? What they need vacation from, first of all. But the plus side is I get to be at the house all day, all by myself. I can do whatever I want. Or as this guy would say, whatever I want. So the other day, I'm having a little funky day. I'm like, man, I wasn't feeling good that day. I was feeling funky. I was like, I'm gonna have me a self-care day. So I did that. Got in the shower, nice hot shower, put a face mask on, put on my little pink shower cap so I could sit for a while. Put on a face mask. That's how it started. Let me tell you how it ended. My husband comes home to me in the living room with the music blasting, pink shower cap up here, pink underwear down here, red tambourine in this hand, and a joint and a glass of sweet red in the other. I do what I want. I'm a catch though. I am, I promise. I'm a catch though. So he's never really surprised by that, but I've noticed over the years, just with everybody else, I'm immediately interesting just because I'm racially ambiguous, right? Like nobody knows what I am, ever. No, they can't put me in a box and they can't put people in a box and it makes them uncomfortable. So inevitably, whenever I meet a new person, midway through the conversation, I can see the gears grinding. They want to ask me what I am, but they don't want to be rude about it, even though it's a rude question. You see their mouths always pucker up like little buttholes. So, what are you? I used to be offended anymore. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think I am? So far, I've been Native American, Samoan, Persian, Puerto Rican, Filipino, Colombian, Brazilian, Honduran, Guatemalan. But my all-time favorite is when they're like, I didn't even know you were brown. I just thought you had a really good tan. Yeah, you'd be surprised. My husband and I look very different, very, very different. But we have a lot of things in common. You ever had something in common with somebody but you didn't know you had it in common with them? We're having a conversation in the beginning times when we're dating, we're all into each other and we're sitting and we're having a late night conversation, we're both tired. All of a sudden, midway through the conversation, I see him looking over my shoulder. So I'm like, okay, like rude, but whatever. Keep talking. Next thing I know, he looks over his shoulder. And I'm like, what are you doing? Turns out we both had a lazy eye we didn't know about. That was fun. So the rest of the conversation was like trying to play catch the googly eye. That's great. Yeah. He's more romantic than me. I don't have a problem with that. But he makes me look bad sometimes. Let's say somebody gives us an invitation to a baby shower. And we show up to the baby shower. He has his card, I have my card. They open up his card and it's like, congratulations on your impending birth. This is about the greatest journey that you will ever embark on, being a parent. Cherish it. Not my card. You open it, well, first of all, the front smells like baby shit. The back smells like baby puke. And when you open it up, there's a message that says, good luck with 4 Advil, a Xanax, and a Wine of the Month Club card ticked to the inside. Because I'm a realist. I'm a realist. Sorry, guys. Oh, baby. I always feel, sorry. So my husband was sick last month. I know there's a lot of crap going around. So he was sick last month and he never gets sick, but he got really sick this time. Like he was laid up in bed sick for a couple weeks. So at the end, like the tail end of his sickness, I knew he was feeling better because he's like, I want to have sex. Okay, let's do it. I was like, I'll even be on top. So that way you ain't got to like overexert yourself. So we're doing it later. I'm riding, and we're feeling good, and all that shit. Next thing you know, all I hear from him is total silence. Total silence, just and nothing. I freaked out, y'all. I thought I killed him. Turns out he just lost his voice mid-coitus, but I thought I killed him. I was like, oh my God, I really done fucked somebody to death. And I know why people die when they're having sex now. It's not because they necessarily died at that moment, it's because their partner waits until they get off to call 911. Standing up at the eulogy, giving the eulogy, talking about, he died doing what he loved. Maybe true for mine. He gets desperate sometimes during the heat though. I drink a lot of water. A lot of water. Anybody that knows me knows that. It's water, and more water. The only thing I drink besides water and coffee is Propel. That's my flavoring for my water. Everybody knows don't touch mom's Propel. He knows it, the kids know it, it's off limits. So downstairs is where I keep it in a little box on my my nightstand. So we're going to bed one night. I got my bottle of water ready. Got my Propel packet because the bitch needs her electrolytes. He looks over at me from across the bed with this look in his eyes. I knew what he wanted. It wasn't me, it was the Propel packet. He looks at me and he's like, I said, you ain't getting it, it's mine. He looks me dead in the face and says, I mean, I'd eat your ass for that last Propel. I was like, okay. So I gave it to him. He opens the bottle of water, he rips open the Propel pack, he dumps it in, shakes it up, drinks it, slams it down. He was like, oh my God, that was so good. Meanwhile, I have a second box of Propel. I'm pulling out from behind my back and he looks at me and he's like, I thought that was the last one. I said, yeah, in that box. You know what they say about when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. Now get over here and eat mine. That deal's a deal. He always wants me, which is weird to me because generally this isn't what he gets. You know, like if we go home tonight, we don't have sex, he's not getting this in the morning. He's gonna wake up, roll over, and it's gonna be Don King up here. Eyebrows completely rubbed off, so I look perpetually surprised. My lashes are gonna be down here like some sort of little fancy French mustache. And my breast's gonna smell like I've been eating shit sandwiches, yeah. He doesn't care, let's go, he doesn't care. So, my friend's always telling me she wants to find somebody like my husband. I mean, he's great, he cooks and he cleans and he gives good head but no headaches. That's important. I finally figured out what the problem is though, because she's always like, I can't find a good man. She's beautiful, you guys. I couldn't figure out she's beautiful, but she's mean. She's mean. We're walking down through her parking lot the other day. And there was a guy like off in the distance, I could see he was like looking at her, he was kind of interested, and we're walking, and he says something to her. Not the best move to yell across the parking lot, but I digress. He says something to her and she turns around and she goes, what? I was like, damn, be calm down. I think he was just trying to talk to you. She's like, whatever. Keep walking. He says something else to her. I'll give the guy credit, he's persistent. He says something else to her. She turns around and she goes, what? I can't hear you. He's like, damn, I was just trying to tell you it was pretty, but never mind. Then she starts crying. She's like, oh, thank you. Meanwhile, he's already inside, got his doors locked. She's a great mom, though. Great mom. I was over at her house the other day when she was dictating a grocery list to her teenage daughter, and she says, okay, now we need ground beef, we need bread, we need milk, and you can get coffee if you have enough. I said, excuse me? She said, yeah, you can get coffee if you have enough. I'm like, no, that's not how it works in my house. If you have enough. I said, fuck that milk. Fuck that milk, my kids can have coffee in their cereal. I hope they like that extra kick of caffeine in their Captain Crunch. they can have a nice tall glass of cold coffee with their PB&Js because their survival depends on my access to caffeine in the morning, period. That shit always makes the list. Always, always. I don't grocery shop anymore. COVID fixed it. I used to have to go to the grocery store and do all the shopping, come out and put all the shit away, blah, blah, blah. So now I went from shopping to doing pickup. And me picking up to my husband picking up. To delivery. To my husband being home and putting away the delivery. It's freaking great. You just gotta back away slowly. And next thing you know, you open the pantry and there's food just there. It's like magic. I love it. There's one thing I do though for the grocery list. I always make sure that there's 2 things on it, and that's coffee and Propel. Because I need my caffeine, and a bitchy needs her electrolytes and her ass eaten. So, we have a great lineup for you tonight. Mary Renee's up next. She is one of the funniest, prettiest, feistiest redheads I know, and I'm very excited to be in her presence. So, Mary Renee, everybody. She's like, what are you talking about?
I'm an old lady, so I come with my own cranberry.